So the next chapter I'd like to go over are the properties of Oshun, the goddess of the river. And it's here that a lot of times we like to go to meditate and to kind of think of all the things that we like in life and look at what our future holds and just kind of meditate, really. Oshun. And then we go to Oshun to make a petition. So I made a petition to Oshun maybe about a week ago for prosperity. How do I create more prosperity? So what we do is we cast 7 pennies into the river to cause an effect, a change. So the change happened. I felt like this week was a really strong week for me, and I wanted to come back and kind of revisit where I was last time. And I wanted to talk about plants because anytime when you're on the river with Oshun, especially like in the Caribbean, there's a lot of herbs and plants that grow along the river because of the extra moisture. Typically, you won't see like herbs and things like that along the ocean. You really will find it more along a river. So in this case, this is an example of a river in North America, West Coast. So it's not gonna be the same biodiversity of subtropics and stuff like that. But what we like to do is we like to look for things in nature to bring back home, and there really isn't much to pick as far as what we like to do is we like to look for natural occurring plants. And in this case, there really isn't any diversity except that there is wild parsley. So parsley is probably the theme throughout the whole area. Like this is really all that grows here. You can't really find anything else um, in the grass. Um, it's like an indigenous type of parsley. It's not exactly parsley, but it's kind of in the same family. So what you could do is you can use the parsley to do like los baños de parsley. So this is really good for the to expel evil, to get rid of maldición, the bad eye, the evil eye, and we can make a baño, a bath preparation. So what we like to do, we gather the parsley and stuff like that, and we have over here like other varieties of plants that I like, just the grasses. So basically, is you just find parsley, grass. This is the best that I could do right now for this project because I don't really have any resources other than parsley. This is wild grass. You don't need that. But usually, if you can find the parsley, it's really good. The other thing that I like to do is that you can find like wild clover leaf. Like you have the clover leaf over here. These are the things that we're looking for. So I like the two things that you could find the clover leaves. These are really good for good luck and money and to get rid of bad energy. So I'm basically foraging for these good luck clover leaf type plants that you can see and also to the parsley. Now what I would do, I guess for this particular baño, is that what we like to do is we like to get the rainwater. I mean, either river water or rainwater, just to make a mixture, and then we're gonna kind of break apart, you know, the the leaves and make a preparation. So I guess that's the main part I wanted to show you. And the other thing is, when you're meditating to Oshun, you can use like a sage, and you can kind of clear your aura. You can surround your aura with the sage. I didn't bring my lighter, so I'm not able to do it right now. So it's just a to be continued process. Maybe at a different time of day. I don't know if this is really the time of day that I would do it. So what you do is you kind of take your bucket and then you go around the river and look for herbs, naturally occurring herbs. This is kind of a tradition called, like Osain, the tradition of medicine. The other thing I said is that when you take a path, like when you go down a path down a river, it's good for like development and transformation because you start to really connect with the earth. And so this is kind of what we used to do. I mean, the old ladies or the old men back in the 80s and 90s, they used to say, go pick me some flowers. They would send me in projects to pick roses. Let's say as an example, I used to go around the neighborhood to find roses. Today, uh, it's a little bit different because we're in the end of January. This is a good time for grass, kind of before spring. So you're not really gonna find much roses or blooming yet, but it's gonna happen soon. But in the meanwhile, in January over here, it's very green and lush because most of the year is pretty dry. So you're not really gonna have a chance to find any lucky clover leaves or parsley in this region pretty much any time of year because it just won't grow. There's no rain to support it. So I just wanted to share that along with you. So you can kind of see what you can do is kind of find a path along the river and then forage and kind of look for clues of like where's the parsley, where's the 40 clover. If you can find like basil, mint, and that's something that I was looking for, but I couldn't really because it just doesn't grow in this area. This is probably the closest thing that I can find related to the tradition of Yoruba is the parsley. So parsley is related to the Santo Expirito. Like I said, it's really a strong remedy for like expelling bad energies. You can make a bath with it. I wouldn't recommend using too much of it, but just a little bit to add to the water. So that's the conclusion right now. I probably might want to wait or go to a different place to find river water to make the the baño because like I said, the tradition calls for we like to take baths, baños. We take baños, the baths, and we do these kind of natural remedies to connect our chakras and our mind and try to kind of bring our ourselves back closer to earth, I guess you could say, to the spirits, to whatever it is that we're trying to understand in our development as people. So again, parsley. It's just really if you're anywhere in North America, good chances you're probably gonna find it pretty much everywhere right now. But I could tell you in about a month or two, most of this stuff will start to change. So that's kind of the goal. That's kind of the idea. Just go along. You kind of find a path along the river, and then see what it is that naturally is growing. And like I said, parsley is really good to expel the negative energies, and you can make mixtures with it. You can boil it, you know, and then you let it cool down the mixture, and then you use a little bit of that water, and you could use a little bit of river water if you wanted to into a bath, and then you kind of customize. So I hope that's a informative video. I hope you guys can share it. Please like my videos. This is about Oshun and Osain, how they're kind of interrelated. You have the river that winds around, and then you have the green and the fertility of plants. So we're all kind of waiting for spring to come. I like to pick the different varieties of lavender and roses, 'cause that's really what grows here for for flowers. But right now is a good time for herbs. So I highly recommend to start the new year with abundance and prosperity. Try to find these grassy areas and see if you can find basil, mint, parsley, four-leaf clovers, anything that's green is really, really good to make a spiritual bath dedicated to Osain and Oshun. Thank you. Have a great and prosperous year.